Hi, in this video, I am going to talk about Scala tuples. Tuple is a value that contains a fixed number of elements, and each element could be in a different type. And once you define a tuple, then you can't change the values. That means tuples are immutable. Tuple is very useful if you want to turn multiple values from a method. So let's see an example here. So we have this ingredient tuple that has two values inside, sugar and the quantity value here, the name and quantity here. So if you want to, so these two values are in different type. One is a string element and another one is a integer elements. So if you want to access the values from this tuple, you can use index values. To fetch the name, you can use the index 0, and to fetch the quantity, you can use the index 1. You can also use pattern matching to assign some kind of named variables, to assign these values to a named variables and access it. For example, here they have assigned this ingredient to this named variable here. So the first value from this tuple would be assigned to the named variable name, and the second value would be assigned to quantity. So you can print these values to get to print the name and quantity information. um, uh, you can also use it in the for each things. I will show you a different example. And you can also you can also create a list of tuples, and then you can use it in the for each and print all those values there. I will just come to this topic at the end of this video. Let's go to the next tab. I can show some example there. uh, and as you can see here, I have this tuple user record, and I have two elements here. So we have the user ID and the name, and I'm just trying to print the user ID in the next statement, and also the username as well. I'm just trying to use the index value. So the first index is in user ID and the second index is username here. Let me just run this one. Let me just copy this, run this one. Yes, user ID is 1, username is John. Let me just remove this example. And so I have defined another tuple. We have list of tuples here: user ID, username, and age information. So we have 4 user records available here. I'm just trying to print in the next statement. I'm just trying to print all this the list here, and then I'm just trying to access the values using a for loop. And as you can see here, I am using the pattern matching to assign the values. The first value is to user ID, second value is to username, and the third value to age. And I'm just printing all those information here. Let me just run this example to show how these things looks like. Yes. So I'm just printing the, so as you can see here, this is the output of this command line, and you're seeing the complete list here. And the next print statement, this from this, so it's printing the user ID, username, and all these informations are available here. Next thing is, in my next example, I want to do some pattern matching and just want to print only the user whose age is exactly 50. And if you just look at this, we have 2 users here. So those their ages are almost already 50. So we just want to get these informations and trying to use the pattern matching here. You can always use a filter condition, but for this example, I'm planning to use the pattern matching here. So I have this for each things, and I have the case statement, and I don't care about the user ID, and I just want to print the username. That's why I put a variable here, and I just want to keep the values as 50 because it has to be matched with this value. So this statement would run, and it's going to print the user whose age is exactly 50. Let me just run this example here. Okay, cool. And if you look at this statement, like if you output, we have Ken and Walter. Their ages, these two users is 50. So you can use this tuple in the for each as well, and you can also use the pattern matching as well. Let's go back to this link. um, you might be wondering, like, we can use case classes instead of using tuple. So um, if you use case classes, then you can always use named values. But like, if you don't want to define any case classes, then you can always use a tuple. So tuple has its own advantage, case class also has its own advantages. So just like, if you want to improve the readability of your code, then please always stick with the case classes. And but if you just want it and only few fields, like a few fields from a method, then you can use tuple there. Thank you.